Encouraging each other leads to complete eradication of material desires.
Amazing, no? If devotees give up the critical tendency of finding fault with one another and biting and tearing one another, no? Instead, if devotees honestly try to see the good in one another and they appreciate and encourage one another. Why you have to encourage one another? The world population is 7 billion. And the devotee population is how much? Just 1 or 2 million. Small number. So, we are a small and also committed devotees within our 4 walls of our society are limited. So, understanding that we have a lot of homework to do in Prabhupada's mission, understanding that the jivas who become devotees are very, for example, the devotees with whom we live, they are wearing tilak, you are wearing tilak. They wear kantimala, you wear kantimala. They chant, you chant. They eat prasad, you eat prasad. They love Prabhupada, you love Prabhupada. Correct, no? And they live inside the temple, you live inside the temple. So the similarities, if you see, even with the devotees with whom you have differences, your similarities are enormous, innumerable. On the other hand, you come to Pune, you go to Sadashivpet, there are some Kattar Brahmanas are there. In Sadashivpet. You give them 1 mala and make them chant 1 round, we can give you a gold medal for you. It will be very difficult to convince them to chant. They will speak 6 systems of philosophy. In Sanskrit they can talk with you, but they will not chant 1 round. That is why we should go out and see the world. After seeing how difficult it is to preach, then when we come back to ashram, we will think, "Arey, these devotees are better. At least they are doing devotional service, correct? No? Then our heart becomes more softened after seeing the world outside." Yeah, why this picture is shown? Hearing Krishna Katha, correct? No? But we have to have big ears to hear. That means we should hear with great attention and patience, correct? No? Yeah, read it.
What throws us out of association of devotees? When we practice devotion service in passion and ignorance, the false ego creeps in and keeps us away from the association of devotees. Thus, the necessary purification of heart and eradication of material desire does not happen.
Yeah. See, the false ego creeps in, he says. See, false ego is a very subtle thing. It's the subtlest in the material element, it's the subtlest thing, the false ego. Actually, when false ego is there, sometimes what happens, when the false ego is hurt, a person will refuse to cooperate. When is the false ego hurt? When devotees don't respect one another, when they lose respect for one another. See, for example, a neophyte devotee thinks, Atmano Bhakti Darpataha, he thinks, which means, I am the best devotee. Who thinks like that? Both of them think like that. If both of them think I am the best devotee, better you salute me or bow down to me. Then the other fellow says, you bow down to me. Let us see who bows down to whom. Correct, no? Then it becomes false ego. So, when we learn about the principle of amanina, manadena, not expecting respect, when is that possible? Actually, when we don't consider ourselves worthy of respect, then only we can follow amanina. Correct, no? Like you see, Kaviraj Goswami says, I am like a worm in the stool, he says, correct, no? That is too big for us to digest. What Kaviraj Goswami says. If you don't think ourselves a worm in the stool, at least we have to be honest about who we are. So, here it is explained, 4 types of Mahatmas. See, Mahattara, Mahattama, Ati Mahattama. And similarly, Asadu, Asadutara, Asadutama, and Ati Asadutama. So, these 4 categories are shown. Yeah, read it. Read only the second later part. In order to say
that
Okay, no. You read the translation. O Brahmana.
O Brahmana, saintly persons see that faults are capable of being transformed into good qualities, and see good qualities, not the faults. You are the opposite. The best persons magnify even meager good qualities in another person. You see only fault in others.
This is the Sati telling Daksha. That saintly person, it's not that they don't see fault. They see the faults, but they feel that although there are faults, like our Ratnakar or Valya Gaula, we say, he had one fault, what is it? He could not utter Ram's name. Correct? He could only utter. Then Narada saw, okay, he cannot utter Ram's name, but how to make him a devotee? So one word is very popular amongst such highway robbers and killers. What is the name? Maro, Maro, Kato, Pito. You know? So then he told him, ठीक है, बोलते जाओ, मरा, 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 मरा. So मरा, 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 he said. Then what happened? So in this way, in all the type of great souls, they find even unqualified people how to find out some spark in them. And again, like Haridas Thakur found a spark of Krishna consciousness in a prostitute also. And he found that spark and she became a devotee. Prabhupada saw the spark in hippies and he made them devotees also. Correct, no? That means in a person who has faults, how to see some spark of Krishna consciousness. Read further.
In order to say that in improper Daksha's assembly, all are improper, she describes who is proper and improper. Those of good conduct accept even faults in others, since the faults can be eventually transformed by certain methods into good qualities. Speaking harshly is a bad quality, but because it can be for someone's benefit, it becomes a good quality, like neem juice, which cures sickness though it is bitter. Persons who see in this way are to be considered good, Mahat or Sadhu.
Yeah. That means according to time, place, circumstance, we should know what will do good to this person. Correct, huh? So a bad quality can be converted into a good quality. How? Read.
Sati sarcastically addresses Daksha as a Brahmana, Dvija. You are not like that. Persons like you think that good qualities will turn into faults.
Which means, she told him, you are a asadu, not only asadu. See, it's worthy to explain those terms. Asadu, asadu tara, asadu tama. Is there, no? So, asadu means what? He sees that in a person in whom there is good and bad, he only sees bad. He is asadu. Asadu tara means tara. Asadu tama means even in a saintly person he can find faults. जिसके अंदर कुछ दोष ही नहीं है उसके अंदर दोष देखता है वो. Is asadu tama. You understand, no? Now, for example, say there are many people coming to ISKCON and sometimes they find fault with us, which you all know very well. Correct, no? Because asadus always capture the fault first. And asadu tara means he takes a small fault and makes it so big as if the person has no scope to change. Correct, no? But asadu tama is the highest degree. Somebody could find fault with Shiva's Thakur also after putting to them Durga Puja paraphernalia. Correct, no? Similarly, somebody found fault with even Haridas Thakur also. Correct, no? Even with good souls also. No? Similarly, Mahat means who? He sees good and bad in people and he tells people what is their bad, but he tells them with a desire to improve them. For their good. That is called as a Mahat. It's not that Mahat doesn't see fault. He sees fault, but he'll be a well-wisher of that person and grow him. Now, Mahat Tara means who? A person sees only the good side of a person. He does not see bad at all. Is Mahat Tara. Like, you may say, you ask somebody, do you come to our temple? And he say, yes, I come regularly. When do you come? I come every year during Janmashtami day, I come for darshan of Lord. So immediately what comes to our mind? Arre, saal mein ek baar aane wala hai. Janmashtami ke liye aata hai, bas, drama karta hai. That kind of thought comes in our mind. But another devotee may say, oh, it is so wonderful that you regularly have come to our Janmashtami last 10 years. It's wonderful and you have taken darshan of Lord Krishna on his birthday. Very nice. Surely Krishna will bless you and your family. Please take this Mahaprasad. That is who? Mahattara. Mahattara means he sees that this person is a potential devotee. He can become a devotee. Now Mahattama means, even in a thief he can find fault. Like he will say, hey, yesterday night, one one thief came and he stole my wallet. Fortunately, he didn't cut my throat. What a good thief he is, you see. Like that he will say. He is Mahatama. Even in a thief he can see good. Can you imagine? So, here she is telling, read it.
You will think that someone who wants to help others will become greedy for their assets. Such persons are not gentlemen, asadhu. Some others, overlooking the faults, see good qualities. Seeing a merchant, though a materialist, they conclude he takes care of guests nicely and is worthy of deliverance. They praise the good qualities and not the bad qualities, seeing conditions as they are.
Yeah, see, for example, a businessman, it's a, say winter season, he is selling winter coats, sweaters, and he's bringing and asking you, do you want? So you may say, oh, you are doing a nice service. During the winter season, everybody wants sweater. Please, what is the price? And you buy. Somebody may say, hey, this fellow is making a big profit. Now it is winter season, now this is the time he is making. Okay, he's making money, but he's giving you sweater also, no? That's what he's selling. You are also getting some benefit by his selling. And he may get some profit also. So, some people have an eye by which they always see the faults. Like Prabhupada says, once a Jamindar had a big mango orchard and thousands of mangoes came. So he told his servants to go and freely distribute to every home. Then when they went home to home to distribute, people said, why are you giving us free mangoes? Kuch to hoga, kuch to gadbad hai, some problem. Otherwise you cannot give. So there was no problem, still people imagined the problem. Correct now? Then Prabhupada tells in the story that a merchant charged them, pay 20 rupees per mango. Then they paid and took it. So in this world, people are suspicious always. Read further.
This person has renounced, but he also eats a lot.
In this way, sometimes people criticize someone, he is eating a lot, as if you have to digest his food. He eats a lot, but he has to digest his food. So Ramachandra Puri was doing like that, correct now? So Ramachandra was even more cruel. He would feed a lot and then say that Vaishnavas are eating a lot. Correct? That was too much. And also Ramachandra Puri speculated too much. He saw some ants were coming out from Mahaprabhu's room. And then what he speculated? There must be some sweet inside. Otherwise, why the ants in some season they come out of the hole and keep going. But he speculated and offended Lord Chaitanya. So in this way, yeah.
He does not simply think of him as a gluttonous beggar. These persons are superior, Mahattara. Others see faults only, overlooking the good qualities. This sannyasi eats ghee rice to fill his stomach. He is lusty and should be considered fallen. This person is even more improper, asadhutar. Others take small good qualities and magnify them, and do not even see small faults. This person has stolen my cloth because he is cold, and though he has a weapon, he does not attack me because he is merciful, he is virtuous. Such a person is the greatest, Mahattama. Others take small faults and magnify them, and see no good qualities at all. This renunciate has given up the forest and lives in the house of a married man. He only wants to steal their money. This is the worst person, asadhuttama.
Like sometimes people say, hey, these sannyasis are going in posh cars and they are going to the houses of rich people. Probably they are going to collect donation. So Prabhupada says in Los Angeles, they had many vehicles, cars and jeeps and everything. So the neighbors used to become very envious. So the neighbors would say, these fellows are chanting and dancing in the morning, and daytime they are roaming in their jeeps and vehicles, and they are eating nice prasad. So when Prabhupada was reported by some devotees that neighbors are upset with us, angry with us, envious of us, Prabhupada said, why don't they come and join us? If they are envious of us, come and join, you also enjoy what we are enjoying. So some people become envious of sadhus, that sadhus are flying in planes. One fellow asked me in a plane, who gives you money for buying? Because they are thinking, this fellow looks like a beggar, and how is he flying? And also they think our work is a useless work, their work is more important. And they think like that. Little do they know that their mundane work will take them nowhere. Correct, na? So, in this way, the asadhutta behaves like, go ahead.
Others see faults only, overlooking the good qualities. This sannyasi eats ghee rice to fill
No,
his...
that you finished. Next one. Middle one.
Acha. Last one.
No, last one.
Others take small faults and magnify them and see...
That also is finished. They say he's staying in the house of married man to make money. So some people say, hey, why this sadhu is coming to you regularly? He must be thinking of looting your money. So neither do they become devotee, they don't let him become devotee also. Correct now?
Others...
Different people. Which one? That will come. Read it.
Others see good qualities in others where there are none. In this world, there are no bad people. Everyone is good. They are also the very greatest.
Yeah.
Ati
They say that all souls are pure and divine by nature. Only they become covered over sometimes. And if you encourage them, fan the spark of Krishna consciousness, they will become all right. They are very, very convinced about it. Yes.
Others see only faults in others, even where there are no faults. In this world, no one is good. Everyone is evil. They are very worst. Ati asadhuttama.
Yeah. For example, if you tell somebody, Prabhuji, see this boy, how he was and now he has become a devotee, and he is desiring to even join ashram. So that person may say, ठीक है देखेंगे कितना समय इसका ड्रामा चलता है, नाटक कर रहा है अभी. Some people say like that. So they don't put faith that a bad person can become a good person. They think he's like a naked pencho. You all know naked pencho story? Yeah, naked pencho means he has perceptions. He thinks that this person cannot be changed. He is what he is. Like if you tell a person, hey, before this devotee was so lazy. Now in the last 2-3 years he has become a serious devotee. Abhi dekho how he is doing services wonderfully. Then he may say, कुछ तो होगा प्रभु जी, नहीं तो क्यों ऐसे नाटक कर रहा है क्या है, मंदिर ने उसको कार दिया है, उसको स्पेशल रेस्पेक्ट दिया है, उसको ये दिया वो दिया. Okay, we will see how long this goes on, because this fellow ati asadhuttama, even in a good person he doesn't feel he has scope to improve. He thinks nobody has any scope to improve in this world. Sab log gone case. He thinks like that. Yeah. Yes?
According to the amount of sattva.
But a person who is Ati Mahatma, he thinks that everybody in this world is good, but they may show some bad, but by training they can become good. See, these are more important for managers. Why? Many managers become hopeless with many people, because you deal with so many people and you get to see their problems very closely. This fellow is lazy, that fellow is an angry fellow, this fellow is a greedy fellow, and this fellow, he has, he is like a bull, he has lot of Shakti, talent is there but no motivation is there. And that fellow, he has no experience only. सब कुछ बताना पड़ेगा उसको. This fellow, he will hear it from one ear and leave it in another ear. So then you ultimately find nobody. Correct? No? So managers, especially, you can ask them, you will find, like companies have this thing called 80-20, they call it. 20% elephants take care of 80% ants, they say. Now in a devotee community also, it's likely that there are some people who are go-getters and who will get results and everything. Say 1/3 of the population. Another 1/3 people, if you tell them to do something, they will do very well. But the last 1/3, they cannot do on their own also. If you tell them also, they will not do, and they will trouble you and trouble everybody. And you will find that. Everywhere you go in the world, you will find that. But what should a manager do? Manager can see the first 1/3. First 1/3 people, you give them engagement and they will run with the ball and they will put it in the basket easily. You don't have to guide them also. Many people, there are some people like that. And the second 1/3, you train them, educate them, purify them, bring them to a point of becoming good leaders. And the last 1/3 people who create trouble for themselves, trouble for manager and trouble for others also, by training program, we should bring them to the point of not troubling anybody. At least their hands and legs should be tied by a training program. At least they have undergone the training, correct, no? They don't trouble others, they don't trouble manager. If they don't do anything, at least they don't create trouble. Yeah. They remain, at least we tell them, you practice yourself peacefully and go back to Godhead. Correct, no? So, I am telling you practical also. I am not talking very ideological, everybody is a Vaikuntha Vasi or anything. Huh? And if you try to do drama like that, then you are pretending to be a Uttamadhikari. Is there any Uttamadhikari here who is flying in the sky in the top? You have to show me your wings also, how you are flying, isn't it? So, that is why there are different rules for Madhyamadhikari and Uttamadhikari. Madhyamadhikari sees difference between Ishwareta Tadineshu Balisheshu Dushachicha Prema Maitri Krupapeksha Yakkaroti Sa Madhyamaha, he says. So, all devotees are respectable. All devotees are lovable. But in the devotees, if we find fault, the goal of finding fault should be to help them. Like Prabhupada also told very strongly, the American civilization, they are all simply sense gratification. See this, the atheistic culture is doomed to destruction. And Prabhupada was very strong in speaking. But then he went and lived amongst those hippies only. And he transformed their hearts. If you criticize something, you should make yourself available to modify the behavior. Then your criticizing is meaningful. When somebody is criticizing there is problem in ISKCON, so then you reform ISKCON. If you criticize and say, sorry sir, I cannot do anything, then it's useless for you to criticize. You are not doing anything. Yes, completed?
According to the amount of sattva, one is considered good sadhu. Though there are many types of good persons, they are divided into 4 types. Mahat, Mahattara, Mahattama, Ati Mahattama.
That means we have to increase the sattvata in us. Sattva guna. Which means sukham and jnanam. These two are characters in sattva guna. So our eating should be sattva guna, our speaking should be sattva guna, the place where we live should be sattva guna, the timing in the morning, sattva guna time we chant. So there are 10 items like that which can increase our sattva. You will learn about it in the 4th chapter on how to increase our mode of goodness. Actually, if you increase mode of goodness, the nature of people in mode of goodness is to be kind, helpful, considerate, cooperate, be friendly, and also respect others, control our senses, be religious, be honest, be truthful, and also control the mind, control the urge to criticize or speak. So in Sattva-guna you will find Shamodama, Tapashauchas, Shantir, Arjavameva, all these good qualities come. That's why he's telling. And then?
According to the amount of tamas, there are 4 types of bad person. Asadhu, Asadhutara, Asadhutama and Ati Asadhutama.
Yeah. So as the tamas means the mode of ignorance. Actually it starts with passion and ends in ignorance. So till now this notes what I showed you, this is from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur giving elaborate information about this. This is what we discussed is pretty important. Because in our interaction with others, we can all check where am I in my interaction. Am I in Mahattara, Mahattama or Ati Mahattama? Similarly, Sadhu, Asadhu, Asadhu, Asadhuta.